Hey there, Successful Mama. It's your friend Patricia. In light of our discussion on perfectionism, I am coming to you today with an imperfect episode. No intro, no outro, nothing fancy, just me here talking to you. I try to practice what I preach, and so let me back up a little bit. Over at Thanksgiving, my husband and I always spend some time thinking about how the current year went for us and what we're looking forward to and what our visions are and what we're trying to accomplish in the year that's ahead. And we talked about how I truly love doing this podcast, but it's also a huge time commitment. And all the time that I spend doing this podcast has to be away from my family because obviously you can't record a podcast with noisy kids in the background. Mine are 2 and 4 and are obviously not ready to be left unsupervised for long periods of time yet. And we were talking about how my drive for perfection means that if I say I'm going to release an episode every Thursday, that I will release an episode every Thursday. But I also need to be aware of where my priorities lie. And although doing things well is very high on my priority list, what's also even higher on my priority list is my family, and just knowing that this season is going to be very busy with the holidays and the new year coming up. I need to be realistic in what I can accomplish. And so I am being open and vulnerable with you that I have an amazing episode next week that's almost ready to go to continue our discussion on perfectionism. But for Christmas and New Year's time, I'm going to take those 2 weeks off from posting episodes so that I can focus on spending time with my family, because as much as I love doing this, it is an extra thing for me. It's something that makes me feel fulfilled and happy, and I love helping other moms, but I can't put that above the priority of taking care of my family during this time. And given that I don't make any money from this, in fact, I spend quite a bit of money on this, it's not my job. I don't do like affiliate marketing where I'm making cash on the side, anything like that. Like I truly do this out of my love for you all and the mission that God has set upon my heart to help moms who are in the same boat as me. I will be enjoying this time with my family, spending time with people that are coming in from out of state, and this is my birthday week, woo woo. So I will be doing some fun birthday things, and honestly, I'm going to slow roll it into 2020. One of my ADHD hacks is that I batch things so that I can keep my brain on task. That allows my hyper focus to kick in and be super productive. But that means that when I break down this podcast into batches, I'm usually working about a month ahead. I spend a week researching and preparing an outline of what I want to talk about. And then the next week is when I record all the episodes. Then the next week is the editing and uploading things onto my hosting site. And that's all back end stuff. And then the 4th week is the front end stuff where you actually see photos on Instagram or putting together the website or actually listening to the episode. That front end stuff is only 1 week. So I'm working 3 weeks behind the scenes to get 1 week of episode front end work done. So that means that in this holiday time that I'm not working on the podcast, that means I won't have an episode ready for at least a couple weeks in January. I'll probably put together some stuff earlier in the week because I do want to try to get maybe every other week episodes going, but I don't have that totally fleshed out yet. So I just wanted to be upfront with you in that, in where I stand, and hope that you'll give me that grace to be a little off schedule, and also show you that you too can do things a little bit differently. You can change your mind and say, hey, I can't do this thing every week. I could do it every other week. Or, if you're struggling to let go of something that really doesn't fit you in 2020, to know that it's okay to change your mind and say, hey, this doesn't fit my life and this doesn't fit my priorities, and I need to say no. So, Mama, I hope you have an amazing holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will be back with you next week for the second part of perfectionism. But then I'm going to take some time to focus on my family. And I hope you do the same, that you enjoy this amazing time where our Savior is born, and focus that time on the things that are important to you. So, sweet mama, I will talk to you next week for more perfectionism. And then I will talk to you sometime in January, where I'm working on being okay with this imperfect and nebulous schedule of sometime in January. Merry Christmas, successful mama.